on the broadcast. Yes, Yash, please, over to you. Take us through what is happening at Silver City, where I believe you are. What is it that people out there assembled are doing? And is there a sigh of relief now? Finally, the twin structures, the illegal structures are out.
Griha, we just saw how those towers of corruption were demolished, as the people of this particular area call them, and this entire area was actually engulfed in the dust which was caused by this implosion. And we also saw the moment those towers were taken down, they were moved down, the authorities had started sprinkling water to make sure that the dust settles on time. But today is a very windy day here in Noida, and going by the numbers, if we say there are ample amount of smog guns, there are ample amount of water sprinklers have been installed by the authorities over here. As of now, if I can tell you what I can see, the dust has relatively settled, and the dust is actually the cloud that we saw has disappeared as of now. But the skyline is still a little milky because of the dust that was produced the moments after the implosion. The particles we need to understand which are left behind in this air is the silica dust and the lead particles which are actually created because of this implosion. The authorities are also measuring the air quality over here. What we are given to understand was that post this demolition, the PM2.5 particles and PM10 particles were supposed to, their quantity was supposed to increase in the air in the adjoining areas. And it's a quite windy day over here in Noida, and the winds which are flowing earlier, the Met Department said the winds will be flowing north-south. So what we can anticipate is that the dust could also move towards Delhi in some time from now, but this is not very sure, as the winds are continuously changing its direction.
Interrupt you earlier when I was talking about the impact that you might have felt while standing there at Silver City, that society is really, really close to where the explosion happened, the implosion like we are calling it. What is it that you felt?
Can you please repeat your question? I couldn't hear it.
I just wanted to understand, Yash, since you were very, very close to the site of the implosion. Silver City is where you are at. The impact of the implosion, what did you feel at that time?
Well, in fact, the tremors were quite I actually felt the tremors when this implosion happened, and with me there were some residents who were standing over there, and their reaction was also very loud, because they didn't expect this kind of this sort of tremors being felt over here, though this is very close to where the implosion happened. But what earlier we got to know from the authorities, on the Richter scale, the implosions will be heard will be felt on somewhere around 1 to 1.5, because Noida in its history has never experienced a greater earthquake than 3 Richter on 3 Richter scales. And this implosion, according to the authorities, were somewhere around created a tremors of somewhere around 1 to 1.5 on the Richter scale. But definitely when this implosion happened, the tremors were felt here on the top of Silver City. But when we actually also spoke to some of the residents just moments after this implosion happened, and they were actually also quite elated with this implosion, because what they were saying, those were the towers of corruption which have been demolished, and this legal battle has been won by these society members of Emerald Court only. Griha.
Right, Yash, thank you so much for joining us over there. In fact, we'll keep coming back to you. I'll try and go back to my other colleague, Akash, who's also on ground, taking stock of all that has happened. Akash, is it too soon, or can we actually get in a word? All right, I'm told that I've lost that link with Akash. We'll try and connect with him and also with our other reporters who are closer to the site of the implosion. Right now, the priority is to ascertain if the buildings close to the once Supertech Twin Towers that stood really have not got or any kind of damage. That is what we're trying to ascertain. Here we are talking about the Supertech Emerald Court Towers and also the ATS Green. We try and getting a sense from our reporters on ground on what is the kind of impact that these towers of these two societies really felt once this implosion took place. And going back to my colleague Yash, you are at Silver City, very, very close to Emerald Court. Now, Emerald Court's one tower was as close as 9 meters to the Twin Towers that have just been demolished. That was the kind of closeness and proximity that we're talking about. And hence, the worry was a lot, because the impact of the demolition and the effects on the already standing buildings is going to be something. We were told that the glass doors and windows might get shattered. Do we have a word around that, or is it too early to ascertain the impact on the buildings which are in the vicinity of the one standing Twin Towers?
Ria, is actually quite, it's too early to say something on those lines, because it's just been 25 minutes since the implosion happened, and you rightly mentioned that one of the major worry was that particular tower of Emerald Court, which was approximately 9 to 10 meters away from the very implosion site where these towers have been demolished today. And what we're given to understand, the inspection of the site on the expected lines have also begun. As I can also tell you that the moment the implosion happened, the moments just 5 to 6 minutes after that, we also saw some of the ambulances rushing to the site of this implosion. We cannot speculate anything. It could be some routine exercise which was
मैं लिख रही हूँ रवि एंड शालिनी डूइंग सीपी ठीक है रेडी फॉर यू निकालिए पीछे निकालिए
अब जो डेमोलिशन की बात की स्थिति है, सब कुछ अंडर कंट्रोल है।
देखिए, लार्जली जो पूरी एक्सरसाइज है एज पर प्लान्स थी और उसका एग्जीक्यूशन बिल्कुल एज पर प्लान हुआ है। बाकी अभी एक्सपर्ट टीम्स जो है वो मौके पे हैं, वो असेसमेंट कर रहे हैं। हम लोग भी अब उधर ही जा रहे हैं। उनका असेसमेंट के बाद जो है आपको फिर अपडेट देंगे।
क्या डेब्रिस सर अंदर तक घुसी है? क्या जो
ये एक्सपर्ट जो मौके पर हैं वही बता पाएंगे। अभी यहाँ से जो अभी तक पता चला है कि लार्जली इट इज एज पर द प्लान्स।
ये सक्सेसफुल हो गया, क्या आगे भी ऐसे ही डिमोलाइज किया जाएगा? जो भी ब्रश पे भूमाफिया होंगे या ऐसे कार्रवाई होगी?
This is a hypothetical question.
अच्छा सर, जो सोसाइटी के लोग हैं वो कब तक आके रह पाएंगे?
नोएडा तो सीईओ सब कुछ बोलना चाह रहे हैं।
ब्लास्ट लार्जली सक्सेसफुल है। बाकी एडिफिस इंजीनियरिंग और जेट डिमोलिशन सीटीआरआई की टीम इस वक्त मौके पे है, तो कोई लेफ्ट ओवर एक्सप्लोजिव्स ना हो इसको चेक कर रहे हैं। जो डिमोलिशन वेस्ट था वो सारा लार्जली साइट के अंदर ही है। थोड़ा सा मलबा रोड पे और एटीएस की वॉल की तरफ गया है। बाकी जो लार्जर डिटेल्स हैं साइट पे चेक हो रहे हैं। डस्ट क्लाउड जैसा हम सभी लोगों ने देखा इमीडिएटली डिसिपिएट हो गया था। हमारी सारी मशीनरी, स्मॉग गन्स, स्वीपिंग मशीन्स, वाटर टैंकर साइट पे ऑपरेशनल हो गई हैं। विद इन हाफ एन आवर जो अंदर का जोन है जो बैरिकेड किया गया था, जैसे ही अंदर से क्लियरेंस आएगी अंदर की साइट में भी क्लिनजिंग का काम शुरू हो जाएगा। तो लार्जली ऑल इज ओके। बाकी जो डिटेल्स है दे विल बी क्लियर मोर आफ्टर 1.5 आवर, 1 घंटे बाद। जो लोग रह रहे हैं उनको देखिए, इसके बाद एक तो क्लीनिंग कराई जाएगी, दूसरा जो गैस की सप्लाई है वो रिस्टोर कराई जाएगी, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कनेक्शन रिस्टोर कराया जाएगा। 6:30 के बाद जो दोनों बिल्डिंग्स हैं उनके रेजिडेंट्स को अंदर आने की परमिशन है। दैट हैज ऑलरेडी बीन कम्युनिकेटेड।
थैंक यू।